Hello friends, how are you? How are your studies going on? It is your motivation that I have come to this eighth lesson of business environment. How is the session going on? Please write in the comment box. It will be very much helpful for me to design your lesson accordingly. Okay? So, in the last lesson, what I was explaining you, I was explaining you that economic systems, what are the kinds of economic system philosophies. So, in that measure, it is three types: capitalism, socialism, and mixed. I explained you in the last lesson, seventh lesson, capitalism. Today, I will explain you socialism. And before socialism, there is one more thing, that laissez-faire. And what is laissez-faire? It is 1 degree above the capitalism. Still more free market. Capitalism में क्या था? Free market था, and everyone was allowed to enter the market, and whatever kind of property you want you can acquire, supply, demand, everything is free. Price is also free. That government is not having any interference. So let us read that. What are those four characteristics I have written here? First one is the idea that the free market through supply and demand will regulate itself if government does not interfere. It is not that supply and demand will be as per the government wish. In some countries it happens that there is requirement of, suppose you want to eat only one bread, but you will keep 10 breads so that it will be useful for evening, tomorrow morning, day after tomorrow, like that. You are thinking for a long period and keeping it today only. You are thinking that tomorrow that stock will not be there in the market, and then how will you have the food? So, thinking to avoid that risk, you are acquiring that stock in your house. So, it is not allowing in some country. In India also it is not allowed. But laissez-faire says you keep it, no problem. But the supplier will also not stop. They will keep on flushing the product in the market. And what will happen? You, whatever stock you have kept, it will be rotten because you have kept unnecessarily, and market is flooded with with that product to the enormous amount. So the price will also not increase. You cannot sell and earn. So what will happen? So you will stop keeping the stock like that, acquiring the stock like that. So supply and demand will be regulated by the market itself. If you will not supply, others will supply. If you will keep the stock more, others will be flooding it in the market or flushing it in the market. So you will not be able to do mischiefs, isn't it? You cannot increase the price of any item because you are very big player. You will just stop supplying, then the market demand will be high, and then you will sell at a higher price. You cannot do like that because so many players are there and all are very strong. Government should be hands off, not to interfere with big business. Government will not have any interference in that market or in the business. Highest form of capitalism. It is the highest form. इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं हो सकता. Example is rise of industry in America in 19th century. In 19th century in America, it was like that. It is a French phrase, laissez-faire, and its meaning is allowed to do. Everyone is allowed to do. That's what. One concept is there. In the competition or in your interview, the interviewer may ask you, what is laissez-faire? Do you know that? So you should be very smart enough to reply. अगर आप स्मार्ट बनना चाहते हो तो ये सब टर्म जरूर याद रखो. Now, socialist economy. What is socialist economy? You know that Russia, China, these countries are there, no? They are socialist economies. So this economy system acknowledges the three inquiries in a different way. In a socialist society, the government determines what products are to be manufactured in accordance with the requirements of the society. What you have read here, that capitalism, in that, ki everything is free. The manufacturer will decide how much they have to produce. Seller will decide how much they have to buy and sell. Buyer will decide how much I have to buy and keep. It is not that government will decide. But here in socialist economy, government will determine what products are to be manufactured and what quantity. Okay. It is believed that government understands what is appropriate for the citizens of the country. Now, the citizen of the country, they have surrendered to the government. गवर्नमेंट को सरेंडर कर दिया भाई. अब गवर्नमेंट डिसाइड करेगी कि मेरे को कितना खाना, कपड़ा, घर, सब कुछ चाहिए, मेडिसिन, क्या चाहिए नहीं चाहिए, सब कुछ वो डिसाइड करेगी. मेरी माँ बाप है, मुझे से क्या काम लेना है वो भी वही डिसाइड करेगी, और मेरे को क्या देना है वो भी वही डिसाइड करेगी. Therefore, the passions of individual buyers are not given much attention. In principle, sharing under socialism is assumed to be based on what an individual needs and not what they can buy. Understood? It is not that your passion works. In capitalism, what is that? If you have very much passionate, you have very high ambition, you want to do this job, this thing, this degree you want to acquire, you want to go to abroad, earn money, make land, keep, construct buildings, give it on rent, give it for shopping complex. कुछ बहुत कुछ करना चाहते हो आप. It is your passion, and accordingly you are applying your effort and doing that. In socialist economy, it is not that you can do. You cannot decide what property you can gain, how much you have to buy, what earning you should have. This you cannot decide. That government will decide. Then a socialist system does not have a separate state because everything is controlled by the government. You cannot do on yourself, so it is controlled by the government. Also known as controlled economy or communism. The government concludes how products are to be created and how the products should be disposed of. Everything is decided by government only. कौन बनाएगा, कितना बनाएगा, कैसे बनाएगा, कौन सा टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करना है, और इसको कैसे डिस्पोज ऑफ करना है, किसको बेचना है. दे can also decide that this kind of product will be sold to this area, that area, this area, everything. In this, state owns and controls all means of production. Yes, the state dictates the consumption pattern, even dictates. वहां पे क्या था, you can buy and keep stock. अब भले ही मार्केट आपको ऐसा कर दे कि योर स्टॉक विल बिकम ऑब्सोलेट, एक्सपायरी डेट आ जाएगा, फेंकना पड़ जाएगा. बट हियर यू कैनॉट कीप. If you keep the stock, it is a crime. You will be behind the bar. It is based on the principle from each according to his ability to each according to his needs. Ability से हम कोई चीज खरीद कर नहीं रख सकते. हमारे पास बहुत पैसा है. I am very much rich. I have lot of money, crores of rupees, billions of rupees, dollars. So I can buy everything from India, abroad, everywhere. Rolls-Royce, BMW, everything I have. But it is that what is required for me. Suppose I am designated as chief executive officer of a company. So then I should be given BMW or not, that government will decide. If I am a clerk in a company, then what can I keep? Even if I am clerk and I have money in India or even USA or there wherever capitalism is there, they can acquire property what CEO cannot have, isn't it? It is allowed, but in socialist pattern it is not like that. What are the features of socialism? State ownership of means of production. Yes, production किनके हाथ में? State के, government के. Central economic planning. All this planning will be done by the government only. Social welfare, it is only meant for social welfare. Each and every person should be given food. Each and every person should be given shelter, clothes. This is the responsibility of the government, and they decide it. Equality of opportunity. Opportunity will be given to all of the people. Classless society. There will not be any class, that high income group, low income group, middle income group, upper class, lower middle class, upper middle class, nothing like that. Absence of competition. No competition. यहाँ competition का सवाल ही नहीं है, क्योंकि government is deciding that which company has to produce what and what fashion for what quantity. So if government is saying that you have to produce this much, they know that where it will be sold. So no wastage at all. Merits of socialism, social justice. It is a social justice because everyone is getting food, shelter, and stay place, everything. Economic stability. Stability will be there because there is no competition at all. Whatever is required, how much quantity, that government is deciding, and then only the decision is taken. Rational allocation of resources. All resources are utilized in a proper way by putting it. Just overall, you think that whole country is taken as a plant, and you are deciding that these people are having this kind of a skill, so you put it them here. So you are doing then re-engineering of the human being. Okay. Higher economic growth. Economic growth will be there because the government is taking it up as a macro level and doing production accordingly. They know that suppose full country is just like a family, and who is requiring how much, that government is deciding. Accordingly, that demand is fulfilled. So economic growth will be there. Everyone is utilized fully. एब्सेंस ऑफ क्लास स्ट्रगल, कोई लड़ाई झगड़ा नहीं. कोई होता है ना कि लोअर क्लास है तो शेड्यूल कास्ट है तो ओबीसी है तो हायर अपर क्लास है. ऑल दिस थिंग्स विल नॉट बी देयर. डिमेरिट्स ऑफ सोशलिज्म क्या है? कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक पावर इन द स्टेट. ऑल द पावर इज विद द गवर्नमेंट ओनली. इट इज वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट थिंग मेनी टाइम्स. गवर्नमेंट में क्या होता है, आप जहाँ देखते ही हो, एक काम के लिए आपको कितना टाइम लगता है. Lack of incentive and initiative. There is no incentive because it is not your individual effort. Everyone is given the equal weightage. आपके मेहनत से अगर कुछ हुआ है तो आप यहाँ पर पैसा कमा करके you cannot keep it in your account. All are treated equally. Loss of consumer sovereignty. Consumer sovereignty नहीं है, वो जितना चाहे उतना खरीद सकता है, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. लॉस ऑफ ऑक्यूपेशनल फ्रीडम. आपको सर्विस का कोई फ्रीडम नहीं है. आप चाहोगे कि बहुत एम्बिशियस हो, पैशनेट हो, यू विल नॉट गेट satisfaction in that case. Inefficiency and low productivity. Then what will happen? The society, everyone will think that I will be getting food and shelter. Why should I worry for more production, more work and all? So productivity भी low हो जाएगा, inefficiency हो जाएगी, corruption हो जाएगा, because government is deciding who will get how much. तो उसमें कुछ favoritism भी हो सकता है. Thank you very much. How was the session? Please write in the comment box and please share and subscribe and like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel so that I will continue this delivering my lessons. Thank you very much. Once again, I will come with a new chapter for you very shortly.